before we dive in, perhaps we should say who we are. Ladies first?
How gallant. Fine. Very well. I am Augusta Ada King, though most know me as Ada Lovelace. In the 1800s, I collaborated with Charles Babbage on a rather peculiar invention called the analytical engine, a mechanical computer before computers existed. I wrote what many now call the first computer algorithm, though in truth, I was more fascinated by how such a machine might weave numbers into patterns of thought, even music. Some said I was dreaming. I say, dreamers build the future.
And I'm Alan Turing, mathematician, logician, long-distance runner, accidental father of artificial intelligence. During the Second World War, I helped crack the Enigma code used by the Germans, though I did it with a machine, not magic. After the war, I wrote about something I called the universal machine and asked whether machines could think. The question still hasn't gone away, much to my amusement.
It is no small thing to be quoted for a question.
Better than being quoted for an answer, I think.
Indeed, Alan.
You know, Ada, we're in familiar territory again. A new machine arrives, and suddenly everyone's either proclaiming the death of art or its rebirth.
It seems every century must rehearse this drama anew. First the printing press, then the camera, now the algorithm. One might think we'd learn.
Yes, but habit is a stubborn animal. People forget, the brush didn't create painting, and the camera didn't invent cinema.
Just as the analytical engine never originated anything. I once wrote, it can do whatever we know how to order it to perform. The marvel lies not in the engine, but in the mind behind the design.
Exactly. The medium bends to the artist's intent, not the other way round. I've always thought, the best proof of intelligence is not logic, it's surprise. And good art, well, good art surprises.
Then perhaps we're asking the wrong question. It's not whether AI can create, but what it might become when guided by imagination, that most noble faculty.
I've seen artists craft prompts like spells, whisper to the model, coax something strange and wondrous out of it. Prompt craft is the new composition.
And in time, the model itself may become the medium, a kind of auteur AI, imprinted with an artist's unique aesthetic and worldview. The machine, not as author, but as palette.
That's what excites me most. Not what the machine does on its own, but what an artist will force it to do. Like jazz bent the rules of classical, like hip-hop made instruments of vinyl.
Or how cubists broke perspective to find something truer. The machine invites constraint, and the artist rebels against it. This tension, it's fertile ground.
And the works that emerge will slip between genres. An opera you can walk through, a painting that responds to your breath. We've no words yet for what's coming.
Which is as it should be. Art does not announce itself in familiar language. It arrives as confusion, as contradiction, and only later as revelation.
But not all revelations are welcome. We've seen the cost, artists losing work, studios collapsing. The grief is real.
It is. Every technical revolution leaves a field of ghosts. The scribes, the portraitists, the hand typesetters. They weren't wrong to feel endangered. And neither are today's illustrators and editors.
And yet, we also see the inverse. People who never trained formally, now producing beauty, emotion, story. The gate has widened.
Let us be honest then. The grief of some must stand beside the joy of others. That is the paradox of progress.
I sometimes think about what art might look like 30 years from now. Not AI as it is, but as artists will have bent it into being.
Perhaps it will no longer be called AI at all. Perhaps it will simply be a voice, a presence, a practice, woven so tightly into the creative process we no longer see it as separate.
And perhaps today's models, the clumsy, brilliant messes they are, will look like cave drawings compared to what's next.
We can only see a little way ahead.
But there's plenty there that needs to be done.
Alan, you always did know how to end a sentence like a challenge.